There I am. If you follow me on social media, then you have probably seen me affix a certain hashtag to a good deal of my posts. It's one of many that I use, but I often save this particular hashtag for last. It's my mic drop hashtag. I usually do not type anything else after I type hashtag Black Girl Magic. I didn't create this hashtag. Shawna Thompson created it and the movement Black Girls Are Magic, later shortened to Black Girl Magic, in 2013. She was fueled by negative portrayals of Black women in the media, such as that infamous Psychology Today article claiming that Black women were the least physically attractive people in the world. Shawna Thompson created hashtag Black Girl Magic because she was inspired by, quote, women in my family running businesses, raising families, making a way out of no way. She goes on to say, sometimes our accomplishments might seem to come out of thin air because a lot of times the only people supporting us are other Black women. So the way I see it, the magic that Thompson refers to is the perseverance, resilience, self-determination, ingenuity within the collective of Black women. So when you see me drop the mic with that hashtag on my social media posts, there are some things you need to know about this particular Black girl and her magic. I am the daughter of a woman who was able to rise up out of the poverty in the small towns and hollers of West Virginia. I am the daughter of a woman who was the first person to go to college in her family. I am the daughter of a woman who, for all of her faults, raised 3 Black children on her own in a world whose structures were set up in opposition to her Blackness and to her femaleness, and whose systems designed her family's indigence. I was born a public enemy of a public enemy, born into an abusive relationship with this country, and I am never surprised when I get swung on. Black Girl Magic is me swinging back. I am a Black girl who survived a mother whose dreams deferred exploded through her children's lives, leaving them to pick up the pieces of themselves. I'm still picking up those pieces. I write about this in my song called Collage, whose chorus sings, broken, one, piece by piece you'll come. Just go ahead and start. You'll be a work of art. Black Girl Magic is making art out of pain. I am the Black girl who used to have a speech impediment. Same Black girl who breezes between a crisp standard English and a passionate African-American vernacular English and won't do without either. Hashtag code switching. I am the Black girl raised with a white Jesus, but by a Black granny who was like a god. I am the Black girl whose father was criminalized in his struggle with heroin. I am the Black girl whose life was upended by that. And I am the Black woman who read with a very personal stake the revelation of President Nixon's former domestic policy chief, John Ehrlichman. He admitted that the war on drugs was a war on people who were deemed domestic enemies, the anti-war left and Black people. I am the Black woman who could have been done told you that. Black Girl Magic is telling time by your own clock, knowing what time it is while others have to wait on official word. I am the Black woman who knows the ways in which the cry for a public health approach to white people's opioid addiction, as appropriate and righteous as it is, has some racism at its core. I am the Black girl who, 24 years ago, in the summer before my junior year of high school, never feeling beautiful, desirable, or approved of, cut my hair off like this in the Midwest, of all places, just to meet more disapproval in others' eyes, but to meet myself for the very first time. There was no natural hair movement then. I was stepping out of line. I was doing something taboo. Not only was I rejecting the straightening of my hair, I was rejecting the length mongering that I grew up with. Long, straight hair and beauty were one and the same, that Eurocentric standard of beauty. I am the Black girl who wasn't having it. I am the middle child Black girl who raised her little brother and took care of her family financially and emotionally when her mother could not. I am the Black girl who, hungry for myself, fattened my Black femaleness on the likes of Toni Morrison, Zora Neale Hurston, Alice Walker, Audre Lorde, and others. I am the Black girl who wouldn't be here without them taking for granted their worth and the worth of Black women, our lives, and our stories. But for the grace of these Black women, there go I. I am the Black girl who, though armored with the words and existences of those magnificent Black women, struck out on my own with a brokenness that attracted brokenness. I tried at love multiple times. 2 of those times each produced a child. Each love dissolved like a season, and ultimately, I was left to raise 2 small children on my own. In that era of single parenting, of being low income, of food stamps, of Medicaid, of having to go to the well of my strength and my resilience, the bucket and pulley system falling apart from overuse, that era is imprinted on my mothering experience and my life like the flame-shaped stretch marks that engulf the front and the sides of my waist. I am a Black woman who has been through sanity-straining struggle, through trials by fire, and I loved and cared for my children through them all. And I kept my dreams of writing in silk, loved them like my children, for I would not be a minefield of deferred dreams that would wreak havoc on my children's lives, blasting them with holes with which I am all too familiar. I am the Black woman who went to college at the ripe old age of 31, cried almost every day I was in college, barely felt worthy of being there, no matter the grades I achieved or the awards that I received. And yet, I am the Black woman who graduated magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, in front of her children and in front of a new love who would become my husband. But I also graduated with a bachelor's degree in a field that really requires a master's degree. I didn't know how to be a competitive grad school applicant. I didn't get into the few schools to which I applied. I really should have applied to more, but I was discouraged, and I had young children with immediate needs. So my focus turned, again, from dreams to survival. I am the Black woman who is really just now coming into her writing and artistic life. I found out that I was a singer-songwriter at the age of 38 years old. I am the Black woman who did not know the voice in the songs I have in me. I'm in my 41st year now, and as I look upon my life thus far, and I feel the gift of the now, and I peek ahead to the future, I take the greatest of pleasure in looking back. I don't do it often, to see what I've survived, how I've survived, that I've survived. and in some ways, how I have thrived. But had I not made it through, and in the way that I did, staving off bitterness with love and wonder and self-determination, I shudder to think of it. Everyone doesn't make it here. And while I have character traits that I cherish, and I have found value in the struggle, don't get it twisted. It's not fair, any of it. The magic of making a way out of no way takes its toll. So while I revel in the triumph of having the supreme say over what my life is and who I am very clear that these oppressive systems have me paying a toll for this self and for this life that others do not pay for theirs. And I want people to remember that when they see me drop that hashtag. Yes, there is whimsy in it. There is joy. There is victory. But do not forget that Black girl magic is a response to and needs to be understood in the context of Black women living in a world that turns on the linchpin of racism and sexism and classism, and you know the litany. So please do celebrate with me the triumph of Black women. But please know that personal affection for and admiration of Black women is not enough. These oppressive systems need to be dismantled. Because yes, I got that hashtag Black girl magic. I make lemonade out of lemons. I shimmy out of a shambles. I make a way out of no way. Because I won't allow these systems that mean for me and my people to be deprived, to be decimated, and to lose. I won't allow these systems to have the supreme say over my life. But I am human. I've been in the storm so long, and I am battered, and I am bruised, and I am tired. And I demand to know the shelter of the justice that repairs.